everybody, Stephanie here from Instant Pot Basics and Beyond, and today we're making chicken tacos. This is one of those things that's super versatile, customizable, totally make it your own, lots of options, so let's get to it. Today I happen to have just thawed cold chicken breasts out of the fridge. You could totally use frozen, and we'll talk about that in just a minute, but we're going to go ahead and get this going. So I am going to season my chicken just because I feel like it's going to taste better that way. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little salt, a little pepper, nothing fancy. Okay, so lots of options. I will note everything down in the comments so that you can read that if you like when you're done. You have the option of using, we're going to season this today with salsa. Use whatever salsa you like, whatever you got. Use a combination, doesn't really matter. Whatever is going to taste yummy to make you some chicken tacos. The other thing you could do instead is if either A, you don't have salsa, you don't want salsa, I don't know, you're not feeling it that day, substitute chicken broth for the liquid and then coat your chicken in taco seasoning, either homemade or just stuff from a packet, whatever you want. Is also a good route to go. So we're going to stick, this is about 2 pounds of chicken, where this one's kind of bigger than that one, but that'll be okay. I didn't trim them, I'm being lazy today. You can if you want to, but we're going to shred it when we're done, so we'll take care of it then. We're just going to pop them in the Instant Pot. Ba-doop, ba-doop. We're going to pour over our salsa. If you're using taco seasoning, I'd recommend pouring your liquid around the chicken so that the seasoning stays on top of the chicken. You don't just wash all the seasoning off when you pour the liquid over it. Or put the liquid in first and then put your chicken in and then put your seasoning in. That would work too. And I don't feel the need to use a trivet for this. I really want the chicken in the liquid, getting all the good flavor. I feel like if you've got it raised up, then you're missing out on an opportunity to really season your chicken. All right, so we're gonna go manual. That one chicken breast was kind of big. We're gonna go for 12 minutes. So lid on. You can line up the arrows on the front of your machine and on the lid, or you just line up the big thing in the back. So we're gonna rotate. What does my machine do? All right. Make sure your valve is set to venting. You just rotate it over there. Nothing fancy happens to indicate that it's there except that you can see it. Once your machine knows what you want to do, you stop pushing buttons. It'll say on. And then it's going to work on coming up to pressure. So it will release some steam as it comes to pressure, but once it comes to pressure, the venting valve will lock in place. The silver pin will come up and you won't be able to open it. It will then start counting down. And I'm going to give this, I've found with meat that if you do a super quick release, like as soon as it's done you do a quick release, it tends to kind of seize and get a little bit tough. So I'm probably going to give it 3 to 5 minutes natural release before I release the pressure. I think it'll be okay. Alright, so while this is going, I'm going to talk to you just a minute about options. Like I said, you can use salsa if you want green, red, chunky, smooth, whatever you want. Or you can do taco seasoning on your chicken, and then use a cup of chicken broth. I guess you could just even use water if you want. But chicken broth is going to have more flavor, obviously. But remember, you've got to have a cup of liquid for it to come up to pressure. Like I said, this is not frozen chicken. You can totally use frozen chicken. You know, it's 5 o'clock, shoot, you forgot to start dinner, you got chicken in the freezer. This is all why we have an Instant Pot, right? So throw some of your frozen chicken breasts in there. This is where it gets a little bit tricky because frozen chicken will release a lot more liquid as it cooks. So I would maybe cut back your liquid to like 3/4 of a cup. And then go ahead, and then you've got to adjust the time too. And again, this is where you got to use your judgment, okay? So if they're super thick, you might be looking at like 20 minutes for frozen chicken breasts. If they're on the thinner side, you might need like 12 minutes. To get them cooked through from frozen. So I'm sorry, I'm not standing there next to you looking at your chicken to tell you how long you got to cook it for. You know, and after you've done it a couple times, then you kind of get a feel for how long. Now, if you cook, you throw it in there, it's done, you open it, and your chicken's not cooked, You can totally close it all back up, set it for like 5 more minutes, 3 more minutes, depending on how not cooked it is, and give it a go again. I hate when that happens just because I feel like it doesn't take as long to come up to pressure, but it's still more time than if I had just like set it for extra time in the beginning. So I'm always annoyed if I have to like, oh, I gotta do it again. But like I say, after you've done it a couple times, you get a good feel for how long to set it for. What else was I going to tell you? I think that was it. So obviously, you know, when this is done, you can do whatever you want with it. We're going to take it out, we'll shred it, we'll mix it back in with the liquid because that's just yummy goodness that we can obviously use to, season our dish we're making. So like I said, chicken tacos, quesadillas, throw it on your salad. You know, the possibilities are vast. Anyhow, so we're going to let this cook and we'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, everybody, we're back. So this cooked, came up to pressure. It only took less than 10 minutes to come to pressure. Cooked for 12. We've been natural releasing now for 5. So I'm going to go ahead and finish releasing the pressure. Sputters. Stand back. I'll let that finish for a minute. I was going to tell you earlier that another thing that would be a great addition to this is to saute an onion and some garlic before adding your chicken. So just put a little bit of oil in the bottom, let it get hot. So use your saute function, let it get hot, put some onion, some garlic in there, cook that down a little bit, then put your chicken on top of that. I didn't do that because my kids don't like onions, and if they find onions in anything, then heaven forbid they're not going to eat it. So if I was doing it just for me though, I totally would. Okay, it's going to be hot and steamy. And just set your lid there. So the other thing is we have clean tongs and a clean plate. So we're going to pull our chicken out. And we're going to shred it. Now, I've heard of people just like getting in there with a mixer and shredding it. I've never done it. I just like my 2 forks. So I'm going to pull this big one open. And it is, I would say, just barely done. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. That just means it's going to be nice and juicy. So then just take your forks, give it a shred. Again, mix it back in with that liquid, and you've got super yummy taco filling. Put it on nachos, put it on salads, put it in a quesadilla. Whatever the things you like to do. So I would say all together we're looking at like 20 minutes to get this chicken done, which is plenty of time to like prep the rest of your stuff for dinner. So I don't have to finish shredding this for you. I'm sure you know how to shred chicken. I hope this is helpful. I hope that it allows you to have a quick, delicious dinner made from home. It's going to be better than going through the drive-thru. I promise you that. So be sure to like, subscribe, check out our other videos. There's all sorts of useful information there. Share with your friends, and I hope that you're getting the most out of your Instant Pot, and that you have a great day.